If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is February the 9th, 2023, and today the topic is You Are Not What You Do. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. For the most part, your girl kind of chilled because I knew I was going to be exerting a lot of energy last night. I had my first small group meetup session with some of the youth at Mountain West Church. So again, shout out to Mountain West for giving me the opportunity to host my small groups and everything like that. We had the Miracle Lab with Madam Miraculous. Day one happened yesterday, and yeah. I mean, I think overall it went pretty well. It seems to be a popular idea because I think people either signed up on the day of and all this stuff, and so your girl's in there with about like over 20 kids. Which, hey, to God be the glory for, I guess working in similar fashion years prior to this. And so, it was just a little bit of classroom management and whatnot. Yesterday I did more so of a meet and greet situation, a little test run and things like that. We didn't get into any experiments or any like deep chats. Because of the way things kind of went. I mean, so there's a few things I need to, figure out, a little housekeeping, things like that when it comes to the idea and the program or whatever the case is. But I would say for first time, I think it went really well. Those that follow me on social media, you may see some photos today. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted those, some of the photos this morning. Before I went live. But yeah, shout out again to Mountain West and Brother Danny and everybody that assisted and everything like that. My meeting went pretty well yesterday as well. Things aren't concrete, so I will just leave it at that, and I'll let y'all know when I know. But I feel like the meeting went real well, and I guess I'm on to level 2 of the discussions. So we'll see what the Lord will do about all of that. So yeah. Those are pretty much my updates. I don't think there was anything else of significance other than taking in some content, how that goes, and everything like that. So let's get into this chat. You are not what you do. I don't know if I was trying to fight that idea or what this morning. I just was trying to make sure that I was understanding and hearing from the Lord. Because basically, this morning when I got up, I woke up early and I made a note of the time and whatnot, but it doesn't reflect or go with, I guess, this topic today per se, the verses and things that I came across. So yeah, I think that might have been just something for me. But I remember some type of dream I had last night as well. I remember like specific people in the dream and stuff. But again, I think that might be something just for me. But in regards to this conversation today, basically, the inspiration came from, well, first I saw a quote that I'm going to share with you all momentarily. It was posted by my friends over at Lace Ministries, aka the Strip Church Network. So I saw that, and then when I listened to the prayer and meditation, it also pretty much went with that quote that I saw. And so with both of those things on my heart and mind, what came to me was that you are not what you do. And again, when I went back to the quote and I saw it looked a little bit different, it talked about you're not what you've done. You know, I was kind of going back and forth between that. I'm like, well, Lord, did I get it wrong? Is it done or is it do? I looked up definitions for both. The definition for do was resonating with me a little bit more than done. But I didn't write either one of them down. So if you need to do that, by all means, do. But yeah, I guess the Lord confirmed to me this morning that it is, you are not what you do. And yeah, he gave me some things to reflect on with that phrase in mind. So if you're wondering what the quote was that I came across this morning, it was this. It says, you are not your past. You are not what you've done. You are who God says you are. Forgiven, redeemed, free. So yes, that's what that quote said this morning. Again, shout out to the Strip Church Network and our friends over there at Lace Ministries for posting this post. And shout out to the Soul Space app for creating the prayer meditation that had me reflecting on this topic today. So yeah, we are not what we do. I think we are, we go through life and we just automatically define ourselves based on what we do, right? We're like, I am an actor. That's what I do. Even some more, even with lifestyles, what we do, we want to gravitate to it and say that's what we are. Even if you do something wrong, they give you that title reflected on that. Murderer. That's what you've done. That's what you are. But what I'm receiving today is that we are not what we do. We are who God says that we are. So some of the questions that I had this morning as I was reflecting on this was like, who am I? Right. And who do you say I am? I know a lot of times people are questioning, who is God? Who are you? Everything like that. And so, yeah, I don't know if I have all the answers, right, to those questions and everything, but this is what I felt led to write down this morning as I was studying this. Isaiah 41:10 says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. I can't help but think about Brother Brent, our guest last week. And also, Mr. Marriage reignited himself. And I've told y'all about the different conversations that we've had since we met. And he says something similar to this a lot. He says, God is love. And he does love because he is love and everything like that. He also says that it's the wrong teaching to teach people that we are still in sin or that we are sinners, saved by grace or whatever the case is. And he says it in a much better way. I might be mixing it up. But basically, he's talking about the idea of believing that we are sinners. Because as long as we continue to believe that we are sinners, then we will continue to sin. Now, hey, I came across this article today that tells us that at the end of the day, we are always going to be surrounded by sin in some aspect, right? Because none of us are Jesus Christ, right? He's the only one that was sinless, because we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, right? However, what we believe about ourselves is what's going to determine the things that we do. That doesn't make light of what we do, because what we do is very important, and the choices that we make are very important as well. However, again, what we do is a reflection of who we believe that we are, and also what we do and how we handle what we do is a reflection of that as well. So that's what I'm receiving today. So again, you are not what you do. You don't have to define yourself by what you have done. It's better what I'm receiving is to define yourself by who God says that you are and what God says about you, me, and you, right? But let's keep going. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, it says, no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide a way of escape that you may be able to endure it. So, when I read that article this morning, it was called, it was on gotquestions.org, and it was called, If You Doubt Your Salvation, Does That Mean You Are Not Truly Saved? And they go deep into it. They tackle like 3 different ideas surrounding that. And it's good. I hope that you guys go and check it out. But I guess the main thing I'm receiving here as I think about this verse that I just read, that there's no temptation that has overtaken us and everything like that, that at the end of the day, as we go through this sinful life, right, as we are surrounded by these temptations and all these different things, we don't have to, continue, right, to do the same things just because we've done them before. So that's one thing. I guess we can change, right? We can make some different decisions. And in fact, God gives us that. What does it say here? He is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. And he will also provide a way of escape. So in those moments, I think what I'm receiving is we need to look for our way of escape, because we can't, when it comes to temptation, it's always going to be there. And what I've learned and come across in my life is that the more I try to lean and depend on the Lord, the more temptations come, and they come in a variety of ways and everything like that. And and I may fall short, right? I may fall down and everything like that. But again, depending on my belief system and who God says that I am, right, will determine how I handle those different things. And so I believe that this is what God is sharing today in regards to you are not what you do. Because we can't, be faced with temptations, and we can fall, and we can feel bad about that and everything like that. And hey, if you do have that conviction, I think that is proof that God is working with you, for you, and through you. Because again, there are people going through life that don't even share the same convictions. They'll go and do the most evil things and feel just fine. They have no thoughts about it, no remorse about it at all. So if you feel any kind of way, that, okay, deep in my heart, I feel like I've done wrong with this or that, that's something that shows that you are still perhaps listening, hearing from God and things like that. And so I hope that this encourages you and inspires you this morning to understand that at the end of the day, we may do some things that may not be fully aligned with what the word tells us to do, right? We may doubt, right, our own salvation. We may wonder, man, when it comes to what God says I am I truly that because I do this, or because I've done that, right? But again, like I said, I hope this encourages you and inspires you to know that, you don't have to define yourself by those things. And again, it's better to define ourselves by the way God does. So, speaking of that, y'all, Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. I know that none of these verses are brand new this morning. I know, I probably have used them, not say every day, but a lot of the juice that I've been doing, and everything like that. But it's just very interesting, again, how with each topic it fits and works and stuff. And so when I think about this concept of not being what I do, and in reading this verse that's telling me to trust in the Lord with all our heart and don't lean on our own understanding, I think this is how we can start to, trust and believe in what God says about us, right? If he tells us that at the end of the day, we are redeemed, we are free, we are forgiven, the more I keep that on my heart and mind and trust in what he says versus what I think, right? Then, we can start to see at least some change. Now, again, none of us are perfect. All of us are sin, and all of us may fall short in one way or another. But again, how you handle situations and what you do to some extent, right? Like I said, it matters at the end of the day. And I think, again, if we trust what the Lord has to say about us, if we believe that, again, we're redeemed, we're free, we're forgiven, then that will affect what we do. So yeah, these are just something to think about this morning, y'all. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired, because that's ultimately the juice. You are not what you do. And again, hey, you're not what you have done. And everything like that. And so, yeah, you guys can go deeper. I mean, those things I've already shared with you all in the Go Deeper section. But check out Paul. I mean, that's another thing as well. It shows us that we're not alone, right? We're not alone in this concept, because Paul, too, went through whatever he was going through. I don't know what the thorn in his side was, but he asked the Lord, let me see, at least 3 times to take it away. And Lord knows I've been there. I've been like, Lord, can you take this away? Can you take that away? Lord, help me with this then, and everything like that. And sometimes certain things are still around for your growth, right? They're still around for you to maybe sometimes see how far you have grown, right? Because I think I told y'all not long ago about a little temptation that was coming my way a few weeks ago. And I noticed how different I was handling it now versus how I would have handled it like some years ago. So just saying, y'all, don't allow sin or anything else to define you, right? Let God define you, and that's the juice, y'all. That is the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Ephesians 4:29. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us, because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.